So with Schefter reporting that Dalvin Cook could potentially hold out, the big question now, what happens? The Vikings, who want to be a run-first team, what happens if your star running back holds out? Well, I feel like the fan base isn't freaking out. I feel like the team isn't necessarily freaking out because they have third-round pick Alexander Mattison, just sitting there as RB2, ready to rock and roll. And I do fully believe that Mattison is capable of being an RB1. Last year, he had 100 carries, averaged 4.6 yards per carry, as well as averaged 3.22 yards per carry after contact, which is just amazing. He is a big dude. He is deceptively fast. He's quick in short area, and he's a load to bring down. Like, honestly, if you think of like the best parts of Devonta Freeman, if you think of the best parts of Marshawn Lynch, like he's not quite on Marshawn Lynch beast mode's physicality, but he's certainly up there, just hurdling dudes all over the place. It is a lot of fun watching Alexander Bam Bam Mattison run and do the damn thing. He's perfectly suited for the zone scheme. I don't think he would miss a beat if Dalvin missed time. We saw how he played last year as a rookie, and I think year two, he is ready to rock and roll. And I think that could actually preclude negotiations with Dalvin Cook. I think that could be the sticking point because Dalvin doesn't hold the Vikings hostage. A lot, like we said in the other video, where Zeke certainly had the Cowboys bent over a barrel, right? But the Vikings can be like, well, Dalvin, we really like you. We will offer you $9 million a year, not a penny more, or we'll just roll with Alexander Mattison, which could have been their plan the whole time. Like, even if Dalvin has a big year or even like a moderate year, stays healthy, maybe they don't pay him because maybe Alexander Mattison just has a really phenomenal year too. They're like, Dalvin, we love you, but it is what it is with running back second contracts. We just can't do it. Hit the open market, get what you can get, join the Dolphins, do whatever, right? So it is going to be interesting because I want to see if Dalvin actually will hold out perfectly within his rights. I think his play last year definitely earned him a raise, especially given how long running back careers go. But also, I don't think the Vikings should give him Zeke or Christian McCaffrey money at this point because we just need to see if he can stay healthy. Can he play a full 16-game season? Hasn't been able to. And even if you go back to Florida State, it's had injury issues there as well. Phenomenal, dynamic player when he's on the field. But I don't know. It's really tough. But Mattison... All right, so say hypothetically Dalvin goes to the mat, holds out all through training camp, racks up the fines, goes into the season, Alexander Mattison is your RB1. I feel okay. I really do feel okay because Mattison isn't quite the receiver that Dalvin is, although hasn't really been given ample opportunity either. Isn't quite as explosive, but what he is he's rock solid between the tackles, great in the outside scheme, very good at putting his foot in the dirt, great field vision, and I think that he could become a 1,200-yard plus rusher as well as a dynamic receiving threat. Plus, I mean, if you want to suture up the other the receiving options, Mike Boone's a great third down back. Same thing with Amir Abdullah. Same thing with Tony Brooke James. So if this holdout does go into the season, a la Melvin Gordon with the Chargers last year, I'm not feeling as terrible. I'm just really not because, of course, I love Dalvin. I think that he did great last year when he was healthy. But there's just something about Mattison. Like, there's a reason why when Mattison fell to the Vikings after they traded down 17 times at the bottom of the third round, that running backs coach Kennedy Palomino was like, ugh. He's perfect for what they want to do up front, and I think he'll do great. And even if Dalvin does play for the Vikings this year, I think Mattison should be worked in at least 30% of the snaps. 35%. I think it should be a true running back by committee, even though last year was more Dalvin was the bell cow and Mattison was the understudy. And, I mean, this could lead the Vikings to eventually be like, all right, Mattison is rocking and rolling. We get into the season, say week 4. Mattison has put up 4 straight amazing games against the Packers, Colts, who we play, Titans and Texans, right? And then all of a sudden it's like, Dalvin just sitting out there, still not getting an extension. Maybe we're sold on Alexander Mattison as RB1 of the future. So then maybe the Vikings sniff out the trade market. Like maybe there is a market for a team potentially in contention. You get Dalvin Cook, fresh legs, ready to rock and roll for a stretch run, and it'd be fine. It'd be fine. But yeah, I believe in Alexander Mattison, which is why I'm not as I'm not as upset by how things are going with the Dalvin Cook contract extension. Like, if there's no running backs behind Dalvin, I would be upset at the team for not getting something done, because that was the only option. Also, it's sort of beyond the team for not drafting a running back to replace him as RB2, but yeah, whatever. But with Mattison, I think he's rock solid. I think he can be a starter. I think he'd be a star in this league if given an opportunity. And if Dalvin does take this holdout into the season, he's going to get plenty of opportunity to do so. There you go. All right, but your thoughts, let us know in the comment section below. Alexander Mattison, RB1, one time. There you go. Also, subscribe for daily Vikings takes. You want to support the work, post on the Venmo. Please give us a follow on social media as well. But till next time, Skol, production value.